Hi everybody, and welcome to Battleshock. My name is Lucius, and today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite products of the last year, the Open War deck. This little puppy is a part in a box. Woo. So, if you've been playing war games for any period of time, you will have hit the wall where you just don't know what scenario to play versus your opponent. Whether it be a friend, somebody at the gaming store, a pickup game, sometimes you meet and you don't have anything planned. I mean, if you're prepping for a tournament, you're going to be playing the book missions. But sometimes, if you're not prepping for a tournament, the book missions just get tired after a while. And sure, there are plenty of narrative missions you can use. Some of them require special setup, special terrain, special stuff. And while that's not always hard to do, sometimes it's hard to do in advance. So that's where this little baby comes in. So what is in this little box is 12 objective cards, 12 deployment cards, and 12 twist cards. There are also 6 ruses and 6 sudden death cards, which we'll get to in just a second. So it's real easy. You shuffle each individual pile of cards and you draw one for each. So you get a deployment, you get an objective, you get a twist. And the twists are like, it could be you heal, every unit heals D3 at the start of a turn, or you heal one unit D3 wounds at the start of every hero phase, you and your opponent. Or you get a +1 to casting rolls, or +2. There's a whole bunch of different twists that kind of change how the game plays. So it offers you a lot of variety because, again, you have 12 different deployments, which is way more than you would even, I mean, that's more than I thought there were. And then objectives are pretty varied. So it's a new game every time you do it. And if you or your opponent don't want to play a certain, an objective, a twist, or a deployment, all you got to do is draw another one. Easy as that. Or you can just agree on one. The world is your oyster with this thing. The ruses are for if one side has a weaker army than the other, and if it's really weaker, you get the sudden death cards, which give you different victory conditions. It's kind of an auto win if you complete some objective like killing a general or something like that, when you're vastly outnumbered. So they really account for just about any type of game you can play, which is a ton of fun. So anything that makes gaming quicker and easier, I am 100% behind. So I've seen people online talk about like using these for tournaments, which sounds like a pretty bad idea since most tournament players want balance across the board, and this doesn't offer the most balance of anything out there. It's obviously kind of random. So I don't think it's the best for tournaments unless your tournament is designed for that kind of thing. I think more fun tournaments, more narrative-based games, and especially if you're running like a charity tournament, War Machine, at least locally here, does tons of charity tournaments over the course of the year, where you can bring food cans to get meta points. There's a bunch of different things to help encourage people to donate to whatever charity you're raising money for or raising food donations for. And I'm 100% behind that. Like, if you can put a good cause behind a fun tournament, even better, right? That's peanut butter and jelly, baby. So, if you wanted to do this in a more competitive fashion and make it a little more fair, in like 5 minutes here, I've come up with an idea just to make an open war draft system that lets each opponent kind of pick what they want to pick. So it's real easy. So you shuffle your individual decks, your objectives, your ruses, and your twists. Your objectives, your deployments, and your twists. Toss out the ruses, toss out the sudden death. We're not going to use those. We're assuming the opponents are going to be on match terms here. And then you flip over 3 objectives, you flip over 3 deployments, you flip over 3 twists. You roll off to see who gets to choose who picks first. One of you picks first, and then the second one picks 2 cards. So that way it's a little more fair. And then whoever picks the deployment gets to choose who's player A and player B too. So that's something to consider. If you want to make it even more fun, or at least give you more options, you could even do put a card out that says goes first, and a card out that says deploys second. So all of a sudden, that's on the table now too. And if you do that, you got to change up the picks though. First player picks once, the second player does 2 picks, and then the last player picks, and then the second player picks. You got the order there. Player 1 picks 1, player 2 picks 2, player 1 picks 1, player 2 picks 1. And you know all your picks, right? So you know exactly what's going on. So that helps balance out the scenarios a bit, at least makes them a little less random, and you can help pick stuff that will support the army you've built. So again, not completely balanced at all, but a different way to use the open war deck, which gives you a few more options. And options are always good. So again, huge fan of this, both in Age of Sigmar and in 40K. I know it's not a new concept. There have been random mission tables around for years, but I mean, this just makes it easy. I mean, just you put it in your game bag, you pop it out, boom, 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 you got missions before you know it. So, just a little hot take on the open war deck. If you don't own one, go pick it up. They're like, what, 15 bucks, and you can use them indefinitely. I don't think there's going to be rules that just kind of make this thing out of date, and they are just a blast. So, yeah, anyway. I'm Lucius, this is Battleshock. Go buy the open war deck and try out open war draft. See what you think. See if it gives you a little more control for those folks who don't like the random nature of it all. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any comments, comment sections below, yo. Have a good one.